Daisies blooming, sundress swaying in the breeze. I can't stop staring. You've put a spell on me, and I hope that you never decide to set me free.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to our channel, David and Erin Travel. Thanks so much for stopping by. In this video, we're actually going to talk to you and give you our top 3 reasons that we love coming to Village Creek State Park in Wynne, Arkansas. So, one of the big reasons I love to bring my family here is I came here as a kid all the time. So, I grew up in Jonesboro, Arkansas, which is not too far from here. And my parents always used to bring us here as a kid. So, I've got great memories of being here all the time growing up. But we're going to give you our top 3 reasons that we love coming here with our family, and hopefully that'll give you guys some good information if you want to venture out here and see what's to be had at Village Creek State Park. So here we go.
Come on. Number 3 for us would be the campsites. This is really a great place to bring your RV or your camper. The campsites are very level, have a nice concrete slab. You just pretty much pull right in and set right up.
Real spacious. I mean, you've got your typical things that you would have at a state park campsite. So you've got your fire pits and your grills and picnic tables, that kind of thing. The terrain here is kind of what we love. It's real wooded and real hilly. So one of the things that we kind of talked about in another video is, if you know anything about Wynne, it's a farming community. So when we tell people all the time, we tell our friends that we're coming to Wynne to go camping, and they're like, why would you go to Wynne?
It's like rice fields.
Right. So, I mean, why would you go there? But it's actually on what they call Crowley's Ridge. So it's a geographical feature that is a lot of hills and gullies and real wooded. It's something that's very unexpected when you think about Wynne, Arkansas. But we love that the campsites kind of embody that, and you've got a lot of wooded areas and that kind of thing. If you don't want to camper, you don't have a camper, and you still want to get away and come out here and kind of take part of Village Creek, they have cabins that you can rent that we've done before as well, which are really nice.
There's also a really cool feature here at Village Creek where if you're a horse family and you ride horses, there's an entire camp area that you can bring your horse trailers. There's stables and pens for you to tie your horses up, and there are trails that are meant specifically for taking your horses out.
Yeah, big equestrian whole area for equestrian size. So we actually had to stay there one time. They were completely packed, and so we had to bring our camper and stay at one of the equestrian sites, which is definitely meant for that area. But it was so cool because everybody had their horses out in the stables, which was all kind of in the middle.
And they let our kids go up and meet the horses, and that was really cool for the kids.
But it's a great area if you guys have horses and you love doing that. There's all kinds of trails here for you to ride your horses on. So number 3 for us would be the campsites. Okay, so number 2 for us is going to be the amenities that are here, and there's quite a few, honestly, which is one of the reasons I loved coming here as a kid. So they've got tennis courts and basketball courts, a lot of wide open spaces for football and frisbee and soccer and all that kind of stuff. Fishing is big here. Swim areas.
So there's swim areas.
Yeah, several lakes. So there's a lot of fishing, a lot of swimming that can go on here. And so there's a camp store. The visitor center has, kind of a camp area there. You can rent bikes.
Yeah.
And so it's just set up really good for a family to come. And our kids, we play basketball all the time. If we can remember our tennis stuff, we love to play tennis. And so it's just set up really well for families to come and enjoy being together.
Lots of things to do.
A lot of activities for that. So that's our number 2 reason. The amenities here at Village Creek State Park are really nice to enjoy.
If you are not an RVer or you're somebody who uses the bathhouses, they're also really nice here too. We this particular trip ended up not being able to use our shower, and so we've been using the bathhouses for showers.
So
nice.
This was our first camping trip of the season, and one of the things you always want to do is make sure that your rig is all in proper functioning order, because we got here and our shower nozzle was leaking, and so I had to cap it off because obviously in Wynne there's not a lot of camping stores, so they didn't have the parts I needed, so I just had to cap it off, and we got to use the bathhouses. But the good news is, like you said, they're in great shape and really good to use. So the amenities here are really great.
number one reason that we love Village Creek State Park is all of the trails for hiking.
The trails here are, they're the reason I say this is our number one reason for doing this. We love hiking trails. And in this area, there's so much history. And a matter of fact, where we are right now, what you see behind us, this is one of the bigger trails here. And it's part of the Trail of Tears that actually came through from Memphis to Little Rock. And so you see this kind of washed out area that we're in right here. And it's really just from the years of with the Trail of Tears and everybody that's kind of come down this road and this military road, traveling, you know, all of the Indian tribes, the Creek Indians, the Cherokee Indians, all the tribes. I think there were 5 different tribes that they marched from Memphis to Little Rock, and this is the trail that they came on. So the history here is kind of awe-inspiring of seeing exactly where they came and the conditions that they had to endure going on that journey. So kind of sobering to come here and experience that. But even just in a adventurous, you know, typical trail way, these trails are absolutely great. Lots of woods, you know, a lot of good tree cover. So especially this time of year, this is late March for us right now, and the weather is just really good. I mean, other than the storms we had last night, the weather is just, it's nice and cool, it's not humid, and so you get a lot of shade and tree cover, and then you just kind of get the sun coming through the trees. But there's this trail, like I said, there's a lot of equestrian trails. If you guys are riding horses up by the visitor center, there's 3 or 4 other trails that you can do.
This one, the Old Military Road Trail, is a little bit longer.
It is long, yeah.
But there are some shorter ones. So if you've got young kids, because we've been coming here with our kids since they were little.
Yep, you bet.
And so this one, if you've got small kids, may not be the best one to tackle, but there's several that you could do in an hour or less even. Some of them are just a quarter mile that you could take your kids out on. And
it's just a lot of fun. So if you like trails and you enjoy hiking and just, you know, doing trails and getting outside and outdoors, this is a great park to come for that. Besides how we talked about earlier, all the amenities of the basketball courts and tennis courts and all of that, the trails here are absolutely phenomenal.
Just as a heads up, if you do make your way to Village Creek State Park, there is not a lot of cell phone service here.
Yeah, very little. So, which could be a positive. Maybe that's not a warning. Maybe that's just kind of a good heads up.
It's one of the things that I love most about camping is truly unplugging, and here you don't really have much of an option.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can get kind of one bar in the camp area that we are down by the swim area. So, you know, once or twice we'll just kind of make a little trek down to the swim area so we can just make sure everybody's fine back at home and that kind of thing. But
or to check the weather.
Check the weather. But that is something to consider. So if you're coming up to Village Creek State Park, just remember that you're probably going to have no cell service while you're here. Guys, thanks so much for watching this video today. We hope it kind of helped give you some information about Village Creek. This is one of our favorite state parks in Arkansas. So we hope you can come out and enjoy it and check it out for yourselves and enjoy it as much as we do. If you like hanging out with us, hit that subscribe button, and that way you can be notified when there's other videos that we put out, because we're going to do a whole series on the state parks that we go to here and just some of the other places that we travel, and try to give you as much information as we have on it. If you have other information on this area or something else, drop that in the comments below, and we'd love to hear what you've got to say about it also. So thanks so much for stopping by and for watching, and you guys go out there and travel. We'll see you next time.